everyone. So today we're going to read about how a bird helped people improve a super fast train in Japan. Now before we start, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about your reading voice and your thinking voice. And both show up when we read any genre of text. Now our reading voice, it tells us the words, what the words in the pictures say. But our thinking voice tells us what the text means. So in a kind of text like we're going to read today, a nonfiction text, there's a lot of important details that we need to pay attention to. So it's really important that you're listening to your thinking voice that will probably be whispering thoughts and ideas while you read. So I am first going to model sort of what my thinking voice is saying as I read the title, look at the photographs, and read the first two paragraphs. And then after that, I am going to just read in my normal reading voice. Okay, so inspired by a bird, expository text. Okay, so expository I know is true. Inspired, influenced, or something, it was influenced or caused. So something true was influenced or inspired by a bird. Okay. Well, I'm looking at these two photographs, and I notice one thing that's really similar about them is that both the bird and the train have a long front, right, or beak. And it says in the paragraph, here's my reading voice, the train and the bird both have a long beak, right? So perhaps a train, right, was inspired by a bird or influenced, its design was influenced by a bird, okay? The Shinkansen bullet train in Japan bullet trains in Japan carry people from city to city. But they are not ordinary trains. These trains can travel 200 miles per hour. Now, the second word I read, the first big word, here's my thinking voice, Shinkansen. That's a word I haven't heard before. I wonder if it's from a different language. I know bullet trains are very fast trains, and in Japan, so I know that this is happening in the country of Japan. Perhaps Shinkansen is a Japanese word. So these fast trains in Japan carry people from city to city, but they're not ordinary trains. These trains can travel 200 miles per hour. So ordinary, when something's ordinary, it's usual. Well, they're definitely not ordinary because they can travel 200 miles an hour, which I know cars don't go that fast, not nearly that fast. So very fast trains. The first Shinkansen trains had a big problem. The trains had to travel through many tunnels. The trains made a loud noise when they came out of the tunnel. Boom! People who lived near the tunnels were unhappy. So the Shinkansen, these types of trains, had a big problem, the first ones that were built. They had to travel through many tunnels. So tunnels, I know, go underground. And when they were coming out from under the ground, there was a loud noise. Boom, that's a word that's probably describing the loud noise. And the people who lived near the tunnels, so people were living around them, were unhappy. Now I know happy, when you're happy about something, it's good. Un is a prefix that means not, so they weren't happy about these trains. Now I'm going to finish this text in my reading voice, but as you can see, that was just a preview of what my thinking voice sounds like. The train engineers wanted to solve this problem. The engineers knew the shape of the train caused the loud sound. They changed the shape of the front of the train. They tried many different shapes and designs, but nothing was effective. The trains continued to make the loud sound. The engineers looked at a bird called a kingfisher for inspiration. The kingfisher has a short, thick body and a long, thin beak. The bird dives into the water to catch fish. When it enters the water, it does not make a loud sound. The engineers decided to imitate the kingfisher. They knew kingfishers dive quietly. They copied the bird. The engineers designed a train with a long, thin front end. This new design was a big success. The new trains look funny, but they are quieter. They also use less energy and can travel at faster speeds.